Honestly, if I had a PlayStation 5 right now, based off of what I've been seeing Kevin talking about, I would definitely go just drop the money on Helldivers 2.
Do it.
Fears of Wargaming podcast.
They don't have PlayStation 5 yet.
I'll be getting my copy in a couple of days. What's really interesting about that game is that I've been trying to convince one of our mutual friends, consider getting a PS5. Never would budge. But until Helldivers 2 came out, and we're not sponsored by them or anything like that. But this game, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you can't just tell this guy, hey, you need to get this game and play this game. Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted series, which I haven't finished yet, but and things like that, or just Detroit Become Human, like all these great exclusives on PlayStation. No, I'm probably not going to get it. But Helldivers 2 convinced him to buy a PlayStation 5. Night Dragul finally got a PlayStation 5. And so we always play together and everything. So next thing you know, I'm going to get a copy in the mail. He purchased a copy for me. Thank you, Night Dragul, aka Travis. And I'll be playing that in a couple of days and everything, just to see what the hype is all about, because he is actually thoroughly enjoying it. And, he's pretty critical when it comes to his games and everything like that. So I guess we'll just see how that plays out later on down the road and everything, because I'm hoping this will be a good segue into other PlayStation games for him. I want to spread the love of games and all platforms across the board there. I'm kind of done with the whole console war kind of thing. And so
me too.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, there's PlayStation people wanting into the console war so they can help beat this game, because I guess they feel like there's not enough players to beat some of these planets. Because if I understand the correct game, the premise of the game is you go to a planet and you guys got to complete a certain number of missions or kill a certain amount of people to capture the planet. So
I thought it was Super Troopers or something like that.
It very much Starship Troopers. It's very much a Starship
Troopers. That's what it's Super Troopers.
Although
I do love that. I do love that series. That'd be kind of funny.
Which would be a great game, like a game.
It'd be a great game
where you just be some dumbass cops, and that would be just absolutely hilarious.
Meow, you listen here, right? Meow.
Actually, my son's wanting to. I told my son he needs to watch it, and they're actually coming out with a movie. I want to say right around April, probably around 420 again, but it's medieval time with like Quasimodo and stuff like that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But Starship Troopers, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I heard it was like.
I forgot the question at hand because we were talking about.
We were talking about Helldivers 2 and how it was kind of like similar to Starship Troopers.
But for somebody who doesn't have a PlayStation 5 and doesn't have that, how do you win a planet?
I don't know. I think and I read this, and forgive me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please, just skewer me in the comments. Well, don't skewer me. Please don't. But if you, there's like a dungeon master. There's one guy at their headquarters that just decides whether or not you've done enough to complete a planet. And if he just decides no, you got to go back.
Well, I was reading a couple weeks ago, I read that people are getting frustrated that they'll go to bed and they'll have like 19 to 30% of the planet captured, and they wake up and it's back down to 3%.
Yeah, because of Dennis in accounting, he just decided, nope, we're gonna take it back down to 3. Sorry, guys.
I think that is
mulligan.
I honestly think a concept like that in gaming is an untapped money pool.
Yeah.
I mean, just think of the stuff you could do. I mean, you could go make an actual like war game. Let's say World War II. You pick a side, you join the side, you could go battle it out, and it could take months to win the war. Actually, win the war. You just gotta log in, and it's constantly everybody fighting back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing a D&D game or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the concept of a dungeon master, like you give somebody the role of dungeon master in a game, they get to wake up in the morning and decide how far you got. So it could be great. And he's like, oh, you conquered 60% of the planet. Here's 10% more as a bonus. Or you wake up and it's like, nope, they kept spawning, so you're back down to 30%.
Right.
I love that idea.
So now the question is, and this is what, like I joked about a little bit earlier. I know there is a push. There's even been petitions put out that because of how difficult the game is, they're pushing that they need Xbox players. They need more people. You think that will ever happen, or you think it'll stay exclusive? I mean,
I think where there's money to be made, it's a possibility at that point, because there are, I don't even know if there's petitions out for it or anything, but there's been a lot of Xbox players that really want to get that game, whether it be on Game Pass or just in the store in general and everything. So like I said, wherever there's money to be made, I think eventually it'll boil down to it, because think about it. Xbox has already given some of their exclusives and getting ready to put it on the PlayStation platform. Why wouldn't PlayStation do vice versa, just to try to make that extra cash, Makes sense.
This should be the reward, and other game companies take notice. This is the reward for putting out a good game, for putting out a finished game, for putting out a game people can play and that they can enjoy, and not worrying about it being this, that, or the third. Just put out a good, solid game.
Oh, I love scrolling through my Facebook Reels or TikTok, and I see a little 30-second video somebody made up of Helldivers with some background music or whatever.
One of the guests to our channel, or one of the fellow beers, I had the honor of playing Helldivers with him yesterday, and all I can tell you is when he decides to rain fire from above, don't be around, because it ain't gonna go good. Yeah, he blew me to bits like 4 times.
Well,
Sick gun, I'm talking to you.
I'm looking for, but like just even Helldivers, kind of circling back to my original question, I just kind of scroll through it too and everything. I honestly don't want to know anything about it. I really didn't know anything about this game. I didn't even know they had a first game. I didn't either. To my knowledge, it was like a PC game or something like that.
It looked. I think I saw it was like top down. It kind of looked like very similar to Command and Conquer type graphics.
Yeah.
The way it looked. Yeah.
Oh, so it's an isometric top down kind of game or something?
The first one was.
Oh, the first one was?
This one is a third-person shooter.
Third-person shooter, okay.
Fellas, let's lift them up. All right. From headquarters, from the library, and from the control room. Beers of War headquarters. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching another great episode of the Beers of War podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. And gentlemen, if you drink, may you drink with me.
Beers of War Gaming Podcast.